Hello, beginner percussionists. We have a new topic today. It's going to be with different 16th note combinations. And what that means is that when you have 16th notes, there's typically 4 found in a beat. You count them 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and just like that. And we're going to cover the first one today is if you took the first one and instead of playing it, it became a rest. So instead of counting 1E and 2E and you would count E and E and E and E and You hear me whispering because it's a rest that's created there now too. Okay, so I have a diagram here to kind of show what that looks like. I'm going to cover up the bottom because that's going to be the next lesson. But look right here at what's written in blue. Okay, I'm going to kind of get myself oriented there. So you have our first beat, which is full 16th notes, all the 16th notes that fit in one beat, 1E and When you have the other one that has the first one as a rest, that's a 16th rest, and it goes E and So on the number, on the downbeat, you don't play, you rest instead. Okay, now the sticking is right, left when it's fully completed, and since you have a rest on the first one, the first note you're going to play is actually with the left hand. So that right hand that would have went there is now a rest instead. Okay, so if you look on page 50, I'm going to get a metronome going and play a little bit of this. You can read at the top of page 50 what that looks like. Okay, it has an explanation of what we just talked about. Here's line A. Ready and go. And that was line A with the repeat in there. You should have heard there was a rest right on that metronome click on beat 1. Okay, here's line B. Ready and go. Hopefully that makes sense how that fits together. I'd count line B like this. 1E and 2E and E and E and 1E and 2E and E and E and There's a rest right there. Here's line 1 right below both of those on page 50. Here we go. And ready and go. So you heard rolls, there's a flam in there as well, but that includes that E and a rhythm that we just talked about before. Okay, there's another one. If you turn over to page 52 and 53, going back to how we started the original talk, normally you have 4 16th notes, 1 E and This time now we're going to be removing that third one. So instead of 1 E and the and is going to be a rest. 1 E 1 E 2 E 3 E 4E. Here's what that looks like. It's written in green right here, so you can ignore the top part. Now we're looking at the green that's on the bottom area. Okay, if I drew the 16th notes, originally look like this when they're fully filled in. I have 1 E, That and count we're not going to say. We're going to whisper, or if it goes by fast enough, we won't say it at all. 1 E, Now, very important. Another way to write that is this. It may not look like it at first, but these two diagrams are exactly the same thing written in a different way. Okay, so instead of 1 E with a 16th note followed by a rest, instead, if you notice at the top right here, that first one is a 16th note. The second one only has one beam. That's an 8th note. Okay, and that's why the 8th note covers the E and the and. The last thing is an that's on the 16th note. So 1 E, An 8th note, again, takes the place of 2 16th notes. That's a 16th note, an 8th note, and another 16th note. Okay, 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E, Okay, let's look over on page 52 now. I'll start my metronome. Here's line A. And ready and go. Now look right below it, line B. Written differently, but sounds exactly the same. Ready and go. Here's line C. Go. Hopefully that makes sense. Look over to page 53. This is line 1. And ready and go. Okay, so 2 brand new rhythms. You may have seen them before in your solos already. That's how they're explained on the page, and that's what they'll look like when you see them come around. Hopefully that helps. Thank you guys.